My story in a nutshell is I was a kid in Nigeria. My mom was not a nice person. She didn't treat me nice, so my father took me away and left me in a house in Nigeria with my uncle. I don't know if it's my blood uncle, and my father never came back. I didn't see my mom after that, so my uncle said, Bilal, we're going to see your father in the UK. I was excited. It's a new beginning. UK, amazing. London, everybody wants to go there. So I got here, and my father was not here. So he left me in the house and said, your father's going to come pick you up. And after that, we'll see. He will take you where you want. My father never came, so I stayed in the house for 4 months, 3 months, not sure about the time, but I wasn't allowed to leave the house. But I saw kids going to school every morning from the street, and in the house, the kids in the house were going to school. And I felt neglected, I felt left out, I felt abandoned again. So one day I ran out of the house and I ran to the street. I ran to some high street and I didn't know my way back to the house because I've never been outside the house. And then the person on the streets, I sat down in front of, I don't know if it's Tesco or Sainsbury's or M&S, but one of those shops. He said, "You, young man, why are you here?" Because I didn't look like somebody that was begging. I wasn't a druggie. I was a kid. I was 14 years old. I didn't know anything. So I was sitting outside, and then a man turned around and said, "What's going on?" I said, "I don't want to go back to where I came from, and if I did, I didn't know where it is." And then he looked at me. He said, "What happened?" And then I said, "The story." And he said, "Don't worry, I know where to take you." And then he took me to a building called the Social Services. And that was when I realized that my life has changed. This is it. In the back of my mind, I had these assumptions that I will be going back home, or I will be going to a nice place where I will see a family, there'll be food, we'll be eating, we'll be sitting down watching TV, Christmas time, lights, candles. And it dawned on me, it made me realize that that is never going to happen again. The only time it's going to happen if I create it for my family. And it's like a switch. And then I became a man. For about 22, 23 years, I wasn't allowed to work. And since then, life has been difficult. I even slept on the street at some point. Yeah. And at the age of 17, I stumbled upon a man carrying a boxing gloves and a bag, and I I went up to him and I said, "Hey, I would like to box." Within the space of like 6 months, I became number one in the country for the university amateur boxing universities competition. Within the space of 4 years, I became the national champion. After that, I was called upon to box for England, represent Great Britain. I even went to the GB squad, chosen for Olympics. I've fought for England about 9 times. I even represented England against the country that I came from, Nigeria. I was wearing the England jersey. And at some point, I applied for work permit. After 22 years of waiting, they said no. I've been waiting 22, 23 years. How long can I wait? My prime is already gone past me. I only have a little bit of a light shining on me. So can you help me get it? They said, no, you have to wait. And I said, okay. One day I was about to go and sign because I signed for 11 years. Every week for 11 years. Imagine that. Every week for 11 years, I went to sign. And all they had to do was put my name on a piece of paper and said, yes, you're here. This is your case. Deal with it. Bang. Psh, done. Start your life. Or, whatever. 11 years. And then after that, they arrested me for deportation. They released me because Nigerian embassy said I wasn't a Nigerian. So they couldn't deport me anywhere. And I represented England. I was wearing the jersey. And then they released me again because I started, making some noise in the public eye because they said, how can this guy fight for you? And you're locking him up and saying he's not one of you. And he even fought for you against the country that you want to deport him to. I think the whole public, somebody in the top rank in the Home Office said, look, let's just give this boy his work permit. And since they gave it to me 2 years ago, I'm the champion. Just 2 years. Within 2 years, I became the Southern Area champion. It's not done. It's never been done before. And I did it within 2 years. Now, let's hope that the next few years is fruitful financially because things are difficult. And that's my story. My name is Bilal Fawaz. I live in London. I'm a professional boxer. I'm the national champion. I box for England. I'm a national ABA champion. I'm a three weights champion of the ABA. It's never been done. I was chosen for Olympics twice, but could not compete because I did not have travel document. I want to win a world title.